everybody, to Saturday Morning Serial, episode 8. Thank you guys for watching in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Um, what This is a podcast about, basically we're reviewing our favorite shows, showing you nerdy shit, telling you gaming news, and also movie news, TV show news that deals around comic books and everything else. I am Jacob Martinez, aka Mr. Also. To my left is
Yeah, it's your boy Tez, aka Dark Morpheus ASMR. Check me out on YouTube's, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Yep, and to my right is
Yep, I'm the small little circle. I am Aaron Hill, aka KBH313. You can find me at Twitch at Phoenix_Force 313.
all right, man. How's y'all weeks?
I guess I'll go first. It's, it's been going good. Notice I'm not on cam this week. I'm still setting up my little new stream station and everything, and hopefully get all that done. And you'll see the new rigging set up soon for more broadcasting.
Okay. How about you, Tez?
Just happy it's the weekend because last week was bad, this week was worse.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Happy. This episode that we were about to review was like the highlight, like the week as far as stuff like that. So yeah, everything else was.
Okay. So
But we here, we out here.
yeah, we're definitely here. So first things first, we had a couple new characters this week. I don't know if you guys want to get that into the beginning or the end. Well, one new major character. Maybe we can get that into the beginning and the end, or we can just get in straight into the action beginning of the episode. Where do you guys want to start?
Let's start at the start because the start was serious,
Right.
boy.
All right, so if
Very
you,
fine. I was thinking the same thing.
yeah, if you guys missed last week, you guys need to either go back to our last episode or either go back to the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, because the ending of that is the biggest significance for this episode, because a the foe Captain America, Walker, he actually killed somebody with the shield on camera, which is blasphemy
Aggressively.
at the end of the day. Is blasphemous at the end of the day. So now they're about to, Falcon and Winter Soldier has to confront him to take the shield, and but first he's already contemplating, and Walker's already first trying to contemplate and figure out what the fuck he's gonna say, right? To justify what the fuck he did. He's going crazy in his head. Like he everything, all his emotions are at high. So he run into Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they like, look, you got to give me this shield. What you did was not right. Falcon tried to talk to him. Well, Bucky wasn't getting wasn't playing no
Bucky
games.
wasn't trying to talk. That's my guy. He was like, "No, the time for talk is over, man."
It was
Nope.
yeah, but the fight, that's the only action we got in the whole episode.
Yeah, it was a very character building episode.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they got the action out the way early.
Yeah, but the fight was amazing, but for some reason it felt like Bucky was holding back. Like I
He
thought,
had to.
yeah,
Knock it off. No way, dog. Like,
he,
Yeah, if he used his vibranium arm, Walker, I don't care if he took the super soldier serum or not, he wouldn't be left. There wouldn't be anything left.
easy, because Cap struggled against Buck with that arm.
Yes.
And this arm better than the one he had then.
Yes.
So he was obviously holding back.
Yeah.
Just like he's been holding back this whole show.
yeah,
But come on now, like, but it was dope though. Like Walker was getting down for his, he's trying to at least. So I give credit where credit's due. But Bucky would have been the determining factor in that fight if he chose to be right off bat.
right, yeah. It was interesting too, just how I got it up on the screen. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just how Walker was just alone for a little bit, just in his head, trying to, like I say, he was trying to come up with reasons why he did it. He basically said that the guy killed what's his name? What was his partner's name? I forget.
Battlestar.
Battlestar. Yeah, that the guy that he killed Battlestar, which wasn't true, because old girl punched him in the chest, right? and basically caved his chest in.
Okay, that boy.
And he tried to tell Falcon that. Falcon's like, no, that's not what happened. He didn't kill her. We saw it. We were there. But he's
He
kept with
didn't
that
do it,
lie.
bro.
Yeah, he kept with that lie. You know what I mean? So
He broken.
yeah, he broken his crap. And the biggest thing that I've noticed, that blood on that shield was the focal point of that whole scene, right? Even after they whooped his ass, broke his arm, and took the shield away from him.
Yeah.
That blood on that shield was the focal point of the whole thing. And also, Bucky gave the shield back to Falcons. Like, look, this is yours. Take it. I don't
Like
want it.
I'm tired of playing with you,
Yes.
Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we done whooped this nigga ass.
Yes. Yes.
We done whooped his ass.
Yes.
Okay, now take this shield before I whoop your ass. I'm tired of playing with you. You shouldn't
Yes.
have gave this way up in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been Team Bucky since episode one. Like he is the one I've been rooting for just in general because of the pain, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is more than just um a mantle or more than just, oh, this is a shield that's important to me. This is his best friend's legacy.
Right.
To
Yes.
him, he like my best friend handed his legacy to you and you threw it away. And that don't sit right with me, bro. So
Right.
what's good with that? And this episode to me, as far as that and character building and a lot of important, deeper stuff that we're gonna get to in a minute.
Yeah.
This episode was one of my favorites so far
Mm-hmm.
because of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, and yeah, and back to what Falcon. Like, he broke Falcon's wings. Right. Wings. He
Yeah,
broke them in half. Walker did.
yeah.
Which
So he can
which they
have
were
him get.
cheap wings anyway. They were like from Wish.com, so they weren't the real wings anyway. You know.
But here's the thing about that: when he
Gonna go
saw
ahead.
Torres,
Yeah,
when he saw
Torres.
Torres, he told him to keep the wings. In the
Yeah.
comics, Torres becomes the next Falcon
Yes,
in the
yes,
comic
yep,
book.
yep. And where Falcon gets his wings later anyway, they're supposed to be made out of vibranium. That his second wings are made out of vibranium within the comic books too. So, he just got him a different way because Captain America actually, when he teamed up with he was teaming up with Captain America in the comic books, um, they he got them when they were together when the comic books was Captain America and Falcon. So yeah, I mean it's definitely some character building within this episode. Um, Next thing we know, Walker is getting confronted by the U.S. Senate or whoever
The
that was,
council.
the council, yeah. And they basically said, "Yeah, we stripped you from everything. You're not Captain America anymore." He tried to argue it. They was like, "Nah, man, you're U.S. agent. Shut up. Go. You're not Captain America." Right? So, like you've been stripped from everything. They even took away his benefits. Like they
Yeah,
took
bro. Like,
away
come
his
on.
fucking benefits. He ain't even getting paid by the government no more. Like,
Now,
That's
here's
wild.
my one problem with this:
mm-hmm.
he took the super soldier serum. They shouldn't have let him walk out the door.
No, they shouldn't have. They shouldn't
But
have.
they not aware. They don't know that he got that because he ain't said nothing to nobody about it. Bucky and Sam know because they know. They like, oh yeah, you a little stronger. Nah, you must have. But the government don't know he's a super soldier. Now, I doubt he volunteered that information. But that was the only time since we've been watching this show that I truly actually felt for that man.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he said it. He's like, y'all built me, and now y'all just gonna throw me away. And I was like, yeah, that's legit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it be. Now granted you did commit cold-blooded murder
Right.
on foreign soil on live, stream.
Charging
So,
battery.
it's a wrap, but at the same time, they didn't have your back at all.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like, but that's what this whole story is about, basically, about how America has their own agenda, and they do not. If you're not with them, you're against them, right?
That's right.
Period. Like they're gonna do anything to be the best, sacrifice
Yep.
whoever they want to be the best, and they're going to use that mantle as Captain America as their symbol, right?
This is America.
Yeah, if it's their
And,
symbol,
and remember, they also told him, "Give us back the shield." But
yes,
he didn't tell him, "I don't got the shield." He didn't
exactly.
tell him that
It
Sam
ain't
got
y'all
it.
shield, no way.
Oh no, he's gonna have a shield. I don't know if you guys saw the ending. See, he's about to have that
We
Well,
U.S.
get
agent shield.
coming
we'll
later.
get
That's
to that.
Yeah, we'll get to
We'll
that.
get
Talk
to it.
about
Yeah.
wish.com. We get to that in a minute. We gonna get to that real hard because I got a lot to say about that.
Oh yeah, so after that little incident, he who was the lady that was with him? Not the cameo, the lady that was with him. Was that his wife or was that like
His
That was
wife.
his
that was his
wife.
wife? Okay.
That's his wife, Mrs. Walker, aka Alexandria Casco Cortez, lookalike.
Yeah. Yeah, so they
When she first showed up, I thought that was her. I was like, "Oh, the senator making a camp," but that's not her. It's that look like her. But
so but then they had a little conversation, but enters in probably one of the biggest stars, I guess. Julia Louis DeFrayis
Louis
from yeah,
Dreyfus.
Dreyfus, my
Julie Louis
bad.
Dreyfus.
Yeah,
Hmm.
she played in Seinfeld and other things. She is also a small comedian. But she's plays Valentina, right? And she is supposed to be part. Well, Valentina was part of Shield for a bit. She also spot that came to find out she used to be a spy, like the spy on Nick Fury. She was paid to do so. But isn't she part of the Secret Wars later on or something like that?
She
she
tech.
was she's a lot of stuff. But
Yeah, but Madam Hydra is the most
Adam
recent
Hydra,
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
what everybody focusing on because her Hydra ties and kind of her character, the way that she behaves and stuff. You kind of feel like, yeah, oh yeah, she probably gonna be Hydra relative.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it's kind of. I feel kind of sad that this is the first appearance because the show is out of chronological order.
Right, and
She
this
was
is she's
supposed
supposed to come up
she's
in
supposed to be in Black Widow.
yeah
That was
Black
her
yeah,
Widow,
first
right?
appearance.
you could
Yeah.
tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
it felt so shoehorned. It felt more like less of a cameo, like, oh, this is gonna be the big thing, and more like, hey, remember me
Right.
from,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
Nope, COVID happened. That's
yeah, but that is probably that is the biggest reveal or biggest cameo of this episode. Everybody thought it was going to be other people like Captain America or like Steve Rogers or somebody else, but it was Valentina, somebody that hasn't been introduced yet, but is in the comic books. So, do you guys think that was a letdown or what?
no, not at all.
Okay.
I, I'm on the fence, man, because it's not so much that it's a letdown in the sense of the character, because I know the character. I know the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like she get busy, you know. She's, um, in fact, the implications of her showing up actually makes me feel like we might see Nick at some point. Maybe not even at the end of this series, but I feel like Nick's gonna be showing up real soon because they have really, 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 really close ties to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I just was like, Julie Louis Dreyfus, like, okay, I guess. I mean, like, I like her, Seinfeld, no soup for you, but at the same time, I just was like, oh, okay, yay.
At the same time, this is kind of a spoiler too because that means she lives because she's one of the main villains in Black Widow. It's like, well,
Ah,
like,
that
we all know who walks out of that one.
right. That makes sense. That kind of makes sense why. Yeah, it could be a really good spoiler. Maybe she gets away. I don't know, but
You
yeah.
can,
Well,
it's one of those kind of spoilers, though, that you can kind of live with because at the end of the day, if you saw a TV show uh, where Amanda Waller showed up, and there was a Suicide Squad movie that's supposed to come out. You're like, well, of course Amanda Waller didn't die in the
Right,
movie
right,
because it's
right.
Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
So she's that kind of character. You're like, of course she didn't die,
Mm-hmm.
So it's
mhm.
okay, but
Unless
eh,
it's Arrow on CW. Sorry, spoiler.
unless she's on
yeah,
CW.
she had that island juice, man.
Right.
The island solves everything.
Right. That island solves everything for some reason. It's a magical island. So yeah, so she shows up. She's like, just contact me. I will be in touch or whatever. And and Walker just goes on and does his own thing. So the back to the, the flag smashers, they decided they want to ramp up. Uh, well, they're first of all they're hunting for them, right? They're wanted, and they ended up raiding one of their camps and ended up taking everybody out of their camp, saying that they were harboring fugitives. So they went back. They were in hiding. They couldn't find
Ooh,
the flag smashers.
real quick
Oh,
before
go
you
ahead.
get on that, I'm looking at chat,
Uh
and Terrence he said, I think she's recruiting for the Thunderbolts.
huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what. That's what I'm thinking too. That's one of my
That's
predictions.
that's
Saying about
lit.
Black Widow.
That yeah, that does sound logical. Definitely. I mean it, but like I said, I think we have to wait to see either next episode or see what happens after or in Black Widow to see what's going on with that. Um, but yeah, so that back to yeah, so they ended up arresting everybody that was in the camp that they were in last episode, saying that they were harboring fugitives, and I'm thinking that they probably got all the camps at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So the Flag Smashers or leader of the Flag Smashers, she basically said, "Look, I'm sick of this shit. Excuse my language. I'm sick of this, and that's it. They're about to go and go on a killing spree or do whatever they're going to do." We'll get back to, later in the episode. We see that they broke into some place in New York, but they didn't show anything that happened. And just I think they're waiting for that for their next episode. So yeah, so that they just did a little small stuff with that. Next thing we know, we find Zemo in Sokovia, and he runs into Bucky. Bucky was like, "Look, you know what's got to happen. Either you're about to die or you're about to die." So he puts a gun in his face, and he clicked it, and he was like, "Look, I'm not that guy anymore." He dropped all the bullets on the ground, but guess who shows up? Wakanda.
Mhm.
The soldier showed up and just basically said, "Look, you're coming with us. That's it." Zemo said, "All right," and he went with them. But
But they said we're not throwing you in regular jail. We're
right,
We're
throwing
going
you
to the
at the
raft,
raft.
baby.
yes, yeah,
You're not going back to
Yeah.
Germany.
yeah, and
You're not
that
going to Germany.
and I really think that they're really going to show what that is in Black Panther 2, because Black Panther 2 is going to be like an exploration of Wakanda, of more than a
Yeah,
lot of stuff that we didn't see. So
yeah. No, the raft. We already saw the raft.
we
Yeah,
That
the
did.
was in
raft.
Civil War.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they put
Captain
Sam in
America
there.
Civil War.
The raft is just super prison. It's like prison.
Oh,
Prison for supers, or
oh,
I'm using the term super loosely. People, people who
oh! You talking about the thing
display.
that's in the water?
Yeah,
Yep,
that's what. Yep,
that's
yes.
Oh, okay, okay,
The
okay.
raft, the raft.
I thought
It's
it was something
basically a
straight Wakandan.
mega prison,
Yeah,
for people who can tangle with soups and stuff,
gotcha.
or are soups themselves. And cause him sitting in that other prison he was at, he could have got out of there anytime he wanted, to be honest.
I mean, he could get out the other
that's
one too. Captain America broke about broke about
But
up there.
that's
but
true. Touche. Touche.
he can get out of the raft, but he can't get out the raft like anytime he wants. It's gonna take him a couple months at least to plan to get out of the raft. It's like the raft is like it's better than Arkham because everybody break out of Arkham,
Yeah,
but it takes time to break out.
yeah.
As opposed to it's like, okay, well, I'm here, I'll be out tomorrow. Well, okay, I got to figure this out. I got to start making routes and stuff, and then plus the Wakanda's on him, so even if you break out, they'll probably just be sitting at the gate like,
At
go
the
ahead
gate,
back
yeah.
to your cells, Zemo.
Right, they probably have a special detail for him or whatever. But yeah, but there was one line I can't remember exactly what she said, but I think she told Bucky to steer away from Wakanda for now. Right?
She just said, yeah, it might be in your best interest to kind of be, scarce in Wakanda for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I don't think that's 100% because of what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's relative to what's going on with the whole situation. I think that's kind of a way for them to explain some things that there's some big changes going on in Wakanda
Mm-hmm.
relative to like whatever they're doing with what the tragedy that happened with Chadwick
Mm-hmm.
Boseman. I think it's kind of a way to say this stuff is going on in Wakanda,
Mm-hmm.
so you being there probably wouldn't be the best right now.
Because it really is interesting. They haven't brought up Black Panther at all, like T'Challa at all. You know what I mean? And we know why. But in storyline wise, they haven't even said his name. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like T'Challa wants him, or anything like that. You know what I mean? So that is interesting, but that's later. We'll figure out exactly what they want going to do with him. Side note, I don't think that they should announce what they're going to do with him. I think they should just wait to the movie
and
and
just
then
drop it.
all let us know, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what's going to happen. So, I like the speculation and all that. I like the theories, and stuff like that. But I know there's like a petition out right now for this,
Recast.
yeah, to recast him. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think he would want that, to be honest with you. So he worked so hard. He was such a hard worker. Chadwick Boseman was that he did 6 movies while he was sick. Like to recast him in this iconic role isn't the greatest idea. They need to look within Wakanda to give the Black Panther mantle. There shouldn't be another T'Challa. There, period. Right.
Yeah, as a Black Panther too, that's the only movie I'm not going to theorize or make
Right.
any predictions. Just going to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hope
So
for the best.
yeah. Okay. So back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Um, Falcon decides that he needs more context about this shield, so he decides to go back to Isaac. Isaac, if you guys don't remember,
Isaiah.
or Isaiah, sorry, Isaiah was the first quote unquote super soldier, or which we found out that there were many people that got tricked into taking the serum. Um, they told him that it was tetanus. Is that correct? And they ended up started dying off, except for him. They ended up putting him in a camp with all of his friends and told them that we're basically going to blow it up. You guys are a lost cause. He said, "Forget that. I'm leaving." Right? Ended up him being the last one alive. Then they took him and experimented on him to try to figure out why the serum worked on him, which was tragic in its own right. Um, but then they decided for 30 years that they were going to, well, actually, a nurse decided that she was going to end his suffering and claimed him dead. And he was basically in hiding all this time just because they wanted to continue to experiment on him to see why this was why the serum was working on him. Part of the reason why they got the serum to work on Steve Rogers because of everything that they did to him, which made him look at that shield like, why do I want to represent something that has done that to me? Right? I've suffered for this shield. I've suffered for this flag for no reason at all, out of my control, just because they wanted to find a super serum to try to win a war. So they sacrificed me and my life so they could win a war, and Sam or Steve Rogers can go out and be Captain America because of everything that he sacrificed, that Isaiah sacrificed. So this is what Falcon, all of what Falcon found out, and Falcon's trying to figure out how am I supposed to represent the shield knowing that, right? And Isaiah told him, look, if anybody that would take that shield, any black man that would take that shield, or probably wouldn't take that shield just because of what it represents. Very, 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 very deep thing that also comes into the real story that comes into the real world, but also something that you would see in a Marvel comic. I mean,
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
the day, just be
Yeah, and that scene alone is the representative of the title of this episode, True,
mm-hmm.
because
Truth.
that's the
Yeah,
name of his comic book,
yeah,
of Isaiah's comic book. It's called True.
mm-hmm. Yeah. What did you guys think about that?
I thought it was dynamic. It was one of the best parts of the episode as far as writing. But it also gave you a polarizing feeling because on the one end, especially considering we are all,
Mm-hmm.
black dudes,
Mm-hmm.
it hit home and stuff. But at the same time, you feel a certain type of way too because you know that Steve wasn't cut like that.
Mm-hmm.
Steve didn't see, and I hate the term. I don't see color because it's relative. But
Right.
Steve really didn't. And when we say Steve didn't see color, that ain't even about race. That's just period. He didn't care if he was purple, green,
Right.
none of that. He cared about your character, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why he gave Sham the seal. Later on, Bucky said something. He said, "Has Steve and I thought about the implications of how hard it would be for you as a black man to carry that shield? We might have even reconsidered."
Mm-hmm.
That's something that like Steven wasn't thinking about the fact that Sam was black. He was like, "No, you the best guy I know, so that's why I'm giving you the shield," and that was it. And that scene made you think like, "Ah, Sam, I feel bad for you," but at the same time, you know, um, that shield, the colors on that shield represent that struggle more than the shield itself. Because what Steve did with that shield and what it's made of, even because what it's made of is vibranium.
Mm-hmm.
Vibranium's from our motherland.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that shield represents more than just his suffering. It represents a kind of unity too, because um, you know, it's a mix between America and Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So it like you said, that the Shield's history is complicated, and that was some great acting. It was a great scene by a great actor with another great actor,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the best parts of the episode, just that conversation. In an action oriented show, a conversation in a living room was one of the best parts.
Especially with no like flashbacks or anything like that, it just sunk us in. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
to the
just
conversation. The crazy thing about this whole dynamic with this shield is that, do you think if Sam would have known about Isaiah, would would he even took the mantle as Captain America? Would he took the super serum, right? Just because of who Steve Rogers was, right? But also, remember, like we brought up last episode, Captain America or Steve Rogers figured out that this shield wasn't the best thing for him. Like he was
Mhm.
representing America at first, but America never represented him, right?
mm,
He went through the same struggle as should I be Captain America, because but they're not on my side. They have their own agenda, right? So he gave up the mantle. Took all the way to colors. Next time you saw him, he just had all black on. He still had the black star, a little bit of representation for himself, but had all black on. He ended up having those two things in Wakanda, the two shields in Infinity War. Captain
clutch.
America gave him that shield. I mean, not Captain America. Sorry, Iron Man gave him back that shield. But I think that Captain America never really, he used it as a weapon, but never really took the mantle again. He gave the shield to Falcon because he wanted him to redefine it. He wanted him to kind of carry on the legacy, but carry on the legacy in his own way, right? You don't have to be Captain America, but this shield means more to me than America does, right? Because this is a symbol of a hero, right? It's not a symbol of America. You might as well just change the colors of the shield at the end of the day. Change the colors of the shield, or just use it as a symbol of being a hero and a good person, right? That's what it's supposed to be for. So that's
And
go ahead.
after this, I want to see closure. I want to see Steve find out, and I'm hoping that Chris Evans
Bless you.
shows up
Thank you.
as
Mm-hmm.
old Steve Rogers talking with old Isaiah
Yeah.
and hashing this out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
uh,
would love to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, that would be amazing, bro.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you said that. That would be the best way. And even not even we don't even have to see it. It's just if we seen like the sun setting, they sitting on that same bench where he gave Sam the shield, and they just sitting there talking. We don't even hear the conversation, bro. That would be like the perfect way to cap this off. That's crazy. That's a great idea,
Yeah.
bro.
If not within these episodes, when they make the Captain America episodes to when he returns the stones, that needs to be his last conversation with
That would
him.
be so dope.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that I think this is the most significant part of the episode. Um, Aaron, do you got any last words about this part?
no,
Okay.
not at all. That was you guys encapsulated it perfectly.
Okay. So next time we see after he had that conversation, he went back home, back to New Orleans, and and went back to his sister and tried to figure out that situation. Trying to help fix the boat. He reached out to a couple of people that his father and his family gave favors to. So everybody rallied up and came and helped try to see what they can do to help get this boat back running. Because they needed to. She explained to Sam that she tried to sell it to, I think he was a Vietnamese guy, and he basically said that he didn't want it because it didn't work, right? So he's like, look, let me try to pull some favors to try to see if we can get to work so we can get it sold, right? So he could at least get past this while he's waiting to get some answers to figure out where the flag smashers are going to be. So um, everybody rallies up. Even Winter Soldier Bucky came by. He was like, look, I got some new stuff for you, straight from Wakanda, right? You don't have to open it now, but whenever you're ready, you can open it. And then, but he stood around. They had a really funny montage of them trying to work together, and with their bromance or whatever.
Uh,
Um,
Bucky done spent too much time in Wakanda because
yeah,
he was looking at Sil like, hey, what's
yeah,
good?
he was looking
Once you
at
go black,
You know
right.
you
they
don't
call
go
you know
back.
they call me the white wolf, baby. Okay,
Yeah, he's
and
definitely
I'm
flirting with
just
his
saying,
sister.
I know how to handle a sister. I just spent about X amount of months in Africa, like actual Africa.
Right.
So, and I'm strong too. So watch me lift this.
Yeah,
That's my
there
dog.
was funny parts when Falcon tried to was fixing a boat, and he just came by. He was like, "Look, let me just pull this up, take
Oh, you
this."
want it? Yeah, here you go. Let me take that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was basically almost trying to one up him again, like they always do. So, but it was pretty funny at the end of it. Sam had a conversation with his sister about it. They basically got the boat to work. She decided that she wasn't going to sell it. Um, and Sam was finally happy with that. They had a conversation about how he was fighting two wars at one at home, one with the Flag Smashers, and how he's a great dude, whatever. So they really wrapped that up pretty much now before the next episode of their relationship and their problems. Then before we get to what Sam and Bucky was talking about, Walker went to go visit Battlestar's family, and he
Lied to
basically
their
straight up
face.
lied to their face
Lied to their face, bro.
about who killed him, and they not even gonna question it. They just basically just said justified everything he did because of that lie. Sam,
Except for the one lady, and I'm
except for
not
I
sure
think that was a
if
sister.
that was his sister
That's a
or his
sister.
wife.
It was a
It's his
sister.
sister,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of was like, "Yeah, I ain't never really knew about you, bro."
Right.
So she had that look like, "Yeah, you saying that, and mom and dad buy this, but I don't know." Like, okay. And I like the fact that they all didn't just fall for it. Like
Right.
somebody was like, maybe.
Right. Right. Yeah.
She
So he basically told a sob story and all that, and a lie, and they fed into it, and which really just gave him more reason to be who he is. Right. Didn't question it. So,
Now
um,
that I didn't like. He should have, but at the same time, though, as far as lies go, he kind of crazy.
he is
So
crazy.
it's one thing to lie, and it's another thing to believe what you're saying.
Right.
You know, and I think on some level he's so crazy that he kind of believed, like, yeah, that dude I killed was responsible for this.
Right.
He was,
Hmm.
you know. So
But the thing is that in the comic books too, like he believed that he was really Captain America,
he
right?
did.
He
I mean,
he
he was
I mean, he
actually
was, but
one
even after
time, but
Captain America got back the mantle, took back the mantle in the comic books. Even after he became U.S. agent, he kept going after Captain America, still trying to and no, I'm the real Captain America. Like, no, man, U.S. agent, you got your own fucking everything. You
you
got your
got your
comic
own
book.
title now.
You got
You
your
got
title.
your
You
own
got
new
a comic
shield.
book. Like, come on,
You got a
man.
new suit.
And you
Right,
Like
got your own Avengers.
right.
What's
You
supposed to
got
be
your own
your own
different?
enemy
Avengers.
team.
Right. In the comic books, he was just like this. Like he cannot take no for an answer. Right. In everything, he was a mercenary. Right. So you know, but they're basically just portraying it more psychologically here in the episodes because he's not U.S. agent yet. So, um, yeah, they were just basically going through the process of him losing or him still thinking that he's Captain America. So, um, yeah, so that we could go past that now, and Bucky and Falcon finally have their real conversation about this shield, and they're basically passing the shield back and forth to each other. Falcon is mainly trying to practice with it, but Bucky and Falcon have a come to Jesus moment, I guess, about this shield. Sorry, Steve tells Bucky about what happened. Bucky apologizes to Falcon because he didn't know any of this situation that was going on. A little bit of old jokes and everything too, still there. But Bucky basically said, "Look, you can be if you can be more than what the shield represents. the shield represents family to me because
Charging battery.
this is all I have, right? This is all it. Sam was all he had, right? And him giving that shield away basically made him question himself, right? As who he should be. So Sam basically told him like, look, you know, you you don't have to look at it that way. If you're not going to get better until you figure out yourself and forgive yourself from everything, right? Yeah, you go on a list and go kill people that you helped, but why not go help the people that were victims of you? And basically going back to the first episode and saying, hey, you should go tell that Asian dude that you killed his son, just for closure, right? So that's probably something he's going to do later. But yeah, he basically needs to amend and help the people that help the victims or the people that he hurt, right? So, what did you guys think about that whole conversation? Did I miss anything?
I
Yeah.
think it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's actually a callback too, because
Mm-hmm.
remember, this goes back to the Winter Soldier, because Sam is a group therapist.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty nice going and harking back to that and
Yeah,
seeing him being a therapist, the Bucky, which he actually needs. Not saying his current psychiatrist was bad or
Mm-hmm.
this wasn't what he needed. Yeah, I agree.
anything,
Mm-hmm.
but mhm.
You
So,
know,
go ahead.
I think it's dope because now they're friends.
Right.
They have been allies for this whole show. They've been allies for years because of Steve.
Mm-hmm.
But now, to me, because of this moment, and it wasn't just one moment, they built this friendship over, X amount of time while they've been off waiting on Carly and waiting on the boat and everything. But they've developed a friendship now.
Mm-hmm.
And, they still bro self, so they don't want to get too deep into it and call it and be emotional, but they friends now. And they actually um, have a brotherhood now.
Right.
That's something important. You can see it build, and that's what's dope about it to me.
Yeah.
They hit each other with advice that you give somebody that you care about, not just because you see somebody going through something. Like
Right.
I actually care about you, so this is how I feel you should handle this, and vice versa.
Right.
And watching Bucky make those amends is gonna be cathartic.
Right.
It's also gonna be painful.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't even want to see when he tell that Japanese guy about his son.
Yeah.
I just can't. But
Yeah.
he do need to go finish that date though with that
Yes.
with that one girl at the restaurant or at the
Yeah.
bar rather.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's about time that he, after this, after everything, he probably needs to starting his life. You know what I mean? Because do the same thing Steve Rogers did. Even though he went back in time to do it, start living your life, bro. Like the nightmares will go away sooner or later once you find things to replace them with. Replace them with good memories, right? You've been fighting wars all your life, right? You went to Wakanda to get away from wars, right? But you had to fight one last one. Well, it's not that. You had to fight one last big one because now you're in another one. But yeah, go start a life, man. Like, and same thing with Sam. Like, he needs to start one too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, they need to find somebody. That I guess that's what Iron Man. One of his biggest thing is that he did start a life. He left a legacy with his daughter. You know what I mean? Not that many of the Avengers can say that, other than
Yeah,
Hawkeye, right? And Hawkeye
Hawkeye.
almost lost his life, right? He almost had to sacrifice himself. But at least he can leave a legacy. You know what I mean? So and try to live a life and be happy with the family. So because at the end of the day, what are you really fighting for? If you're, I mean, you can fight for Earth all day, but if you have a family, that's what is probably really going to make everything worth it at the end of the day. So yeah,
Agreed.
yeah. So now we had a after that we got a Falcon Rocky montage to where he was practicing with that shield. He got his agility on without the wings. Like you kept seeing the shield go past him, almost hitting him in the head every time. But he ended up getting it. He ended up figuring it all out. So I guess now, if this isn't the key to him actually taking that mantle or at least having the shield as Captain America, next episode, I think we're going to see him with his new wings and his shield, and possibly the Captain America symbol on his chest with the new wings.
I think his new armor is a vibranium Captain America suit.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yep,
something like that.
yep.
I'm excited to see these wings because if they use the nanotech that they use for the stuff, they only gonna show the wings when they
Mm-hmm.
need to be shown. They gonna
Mm-hmm.
pop
Yep.
out, and I think that's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a lot more subtle. Well, I hope it's a lot more subtle than it is in the books because it kind of just looked like his suit with a red, white, and blue spray job.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
kind of like the Iron Patriot joint, which is basically an Iron Man suit
Mm-hmm.
with
With
a
spray
red, white,
paint.
and blue paint job.
Yep.
But I'm confident in Marvel at this point when it comes to their costume designs and translating stuff from the books to the big screen and making it tasteful. I was real worried about the Iron Spider, just
Mm.
as an example, but they translated it and though it was very, very, very different than it was in the books, it made a lot more sense in context. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I'm convinced now. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't think we're gonna see it. Well, they might reveal it early on in the episode, but I think it would be more impactful for him to open it up, we not see it, and then just some point later in the episode, he just show up with all the stuff on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not even like led into. He just pop up flying with the shield in
Mm-hmm.
hand, get busy.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, they already teased it opening an end of the episode, and as soon as he opened it, I said to myself, to my fiance, they're about to make us wait, ain't they? And then it just turns off. Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen. They're going to make us wait to the next episode. So yeah, I think next episode is about to go down. Like they are really going to be. It's going to be a
It's
big
got
fight.
to.
I think Walker's gonna come in and show up and try to save the day, but ended up being, since he's a mercenary, he's gonna fight everybody at once. You know what I mean? Bucky's gonna show up. I think. Now, there's one interesting part about this episode. The old girl, what's her name with the power broker?
Sharon
Sharon.
Carter.
Sharon Carter. She called somebody. Now I don't know if
That
she.
drop.
Huh?
Actually, I know who it is because I watched the show with subtitles on,
Uh huh.
and they had an oops. She was talking to
Oh.
Bartok.
That drop the leaper.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they had an oops with the subtitles. So I like to
Yeah,
watch my shows with subtitles,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah. Yeah.
says
Yeah.
Bartok.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oops, I don't think they
she
want
called
that.
Batrop the Leaper. Yeah, the same
Oh
dude from the first
wow.
episode.
Okay, okay. So she actually called him. So I don't see. So now
It,
there's some gray area now.
Yeah,
uh,
there is, but at the same time, there always has been.
Yeah.
Because look at it like this is how I look at this, right? Like everybody's jumping, like, oh, she got to be the power broker. She called Batrop the Leaper. Who hired Batrop the Leaper in the first place when we first seen him?
according to the subtitles, she just said,
No,
I got you
I'm
out of
talking
this
about
situation.
I'm talking about way before
No,
now.
he's
Oh,
talking
So
Nick
about in
Fury.
Winter Soldier.
Oh,
Nick
Nick
Fury.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Fury.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that she wasn't a contract between Fury and Batrop in the first place?
Mm.
Maybe that's why she knows him already. It could be from her Shield days
Mm-hmm.
that she's hiring him. I'm not convinced that Sharon's the power broker. Everybody is hopping on the she's the power broker train. I just don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
If they show next episode that she is, then I'll eat it when I have to. But I still feel like she's working for somebody else, and that she just happened to have this connection with Batrop from the past, which maybe even be because she knew him from when she was with Shield. So, um,
Or maybe this is her way in, right? So
mm,
maybe she is the power broker. I'm just throwing it out there, and maybe that Baltrop is with them. Now she could get closer to them and know where they are now at all times, because Baltrop is with them, and that's probably how they got the information and figure out where the Flag Smashers was.
mm,
Or me, option three, she works for the power broker, and Madam Hydra is actually a power broker.
Yeah, that could be a big one too. Yeah, that's all can be true. All can be true. But next
that
episode, I
Madam
guess we'll
Hydra
see.
train.
Yeah, next episode, all will come to light. Hopefully, at least. Is the next episode going to be a longer one, just like WandaVision's last episode?
They say
This
it's
this
supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, each one get longer and longer. Like this is like the Marvel shows. This is the longest. Actually, out of Disney Plus, this is the longest episode. An
Mm-hmm.
hour and 2 minutes because the
Mm-hmm.
after scene.
Right. Right. So, yes. So, yeah, I was about to go down now. Let's talk about the ending credit scene.
he could, Walker call himself pulling a Thanos. I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah. So he somehow figured out how to make a shield,
With
um,
sheet metal.
with sheet
Get
metal.
your weak ass out of here. Like, knock it off, John. Like, seriously, like, okay. And I hope ain't no fans out there theorizing that he building that shit out of vibranium.
No, he's
Sorry,
not.
son, that's
No,
not how it works.
no, it's not how it
Vibranium
works.
don't work like that. You have to have special tools that work vibranium,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
John ain't, you can't build that in your back seat,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. And
And
Tony,
it's
also,
not adamantium. And
yeah,
it's not
and it's
adamantium.
not
It's a pretty
adamantium
fit
neither.
anyway.
The thing is that you have to know once he throws that shield, the thing is dropping. It's not bouncing back. Vibranium. That's how vibranium works. Vibranium is always vibrating, and if it you throw it at a solid object, it's going to bounce back. That's how the shield bounces, right? It's not just because they know math and they know trajectories. No, that's how vibranium works. It's always vibrating. If you ever watched the animated series, the Black Panther animated series, they it used to be on Netflix or whatever. They put vibranium on windows to make them bulletproof. And it's not that the bullet can't penetrate them, it's because vibranium's always vibrating. So it hits it and bounces back off, right? So when Walker tries to throw that shield, it's not going to bounce back. I don't know how he's going to figure it out. Maybe he'll probably put a magnet or something in it to bring it back, but
right.
I that's
Mm.
the only way that I think that he can probably control it to bounce back. You know, uh, but it's
Or
oh, go ahead.
or option B, he becomes John Walker the Decapitator.
Mm. Right. He gonna make the edges of that boy sharp like Kung
Yo,
Lao,
like Kung Lao,
and that's
that's
it. He not throwing that boy for it to come back. He throwing it at your head. He trying to take that off,
oh
like
man,
like old school Captain America movie.
right.
Remember that? Heads
Mm-hmm.
up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
He takes it back. Yeah, I would like that because he's sick like that. So that would be. Hey, I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that his Wish.com shield probably is not gonna last that long. I don't
he,
know.
in the, he in the garage with spray sheet metal. You look like a
Right.
damn
He's a fucking
fool.
cosplayer.
Cosplay cap. That's right.
He's just
It would be
feeding into the cosplay jokes.
it would be lit though if he come back and that suit is black now, like it
Right.
should.
Yeah.
That would be lit. But
Yeah. With the same stripes, black with the red. Black with the white and red stripes or whatever. So yeah, hopefully they can get his costume correct, or he can get his costume correct. I don't know. I don't know who he's contacting to make his costume. If he's cosplaying, that he's probably making it himself. He probably just became a seamstress. So, I don't know where he probably look a YouTube video just to how to make a Captain America shield. So, or in a YouTube video how to make a Captain
YouTube,
America suit.
YouTube with truth, justice, in the American way.
Right. Right. He probably gonna buy it off eBay for somebody else, then just put some straps on it. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Siri, how do I be Captain America?
Something like that. So
But
yeah, so we could go into predictions, and then after that we can go into news. I got a pretty interesting theory about Spider-Man movies in the future, but I could talk about that a little later. So, but or probably it's just a question. So what do you guys think what's gonna happen in the last episode?
He takes the mantle finally.
Mm-hmm.
John Walker loses his shit. Carly gets locked up and makes a deal he can't refuse.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then maybe Rhodey will show up and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm late again."
Yeah.
exactly. John Walker. Rhodey always late to the party. John Walker gonna end up on some Task Force X type stuff. He probably gonna end up like Aaron said, being tied down to working for the government and some or working for more than likely Valentina in
Mm-hmm.
some capacity, and that's what's gonna end up keeping him out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Sam gonna take up the mantle, and unfortunately, Carly's probably not gonna make it.
Mm.
uh, somehow Zemo's probably gonna break out and shoot her.
because but the thing about it, I agree with you, Aaron, on Zemo possibly being the one to plug her, but not for the reasons that he originally meant to. At first, he was just taking super soldiers out because he didn't believe in the idea, but I think he's gonna do it out of respect for Sam and Buck, so they can keep their hands clean because
Or
he has respect for them now.
or I think it's gonna be an ending credit scene, but I think they're gonna end up in the same jail, and he's gonna kill her in that jail.
Carly winds up in the raft.
Yeah, she ends
Yeah,
up in a
because she would
raft.
be on the raft. She
She
would be on
she'll
the
be on the
raft.
raft, and he's gonna find a way to poison her cell and kill her.
Yeah, that's lit. I can see that,
Because I think it's all part of Zemo's plan. Like, why
bro.
would he just give himself up? Like he could have
Full
gone
circle.
away, right? He
Full,
waited for
full
everybody
circle.
there.
Full circle. He gonna kill her with glue, bro.
Oh, they haven't brought up the
Full
glue
circle.
the
Full
whole
circle
episode.
back to the
Like,
We
comic books.
almost went one week,
He
one
gonna
week
use
without talking about glue.
he go he gonna glue her to her cot in the cell, and she gonna die of starvation. It's gonna come full circle.
oh my god, they haven't brought up glue like at all. They even haven't brought up his father being Zemo or anything like that. Like, we haven't got any backstory of anything. Because remember, if you guys don't know about Zemo, Zemo, it, Zemo, Baron Zemo is a title, right, within his family. His father was Baron Zemo first, right, and he had made this special glue, right, and perfected it and tried to, and like you said, Martez said before, he used to stick people with this glue. He even stuck Captain America to his shield so he couldn't throw it anymore. But Captain America ended up killing his dad by throwing him in the pit of glue, and his dad ended up dying. Then Zemo came back, and he was part of a group. I forget who it was at first, but then he tried to go after Captain America. Didn't work. He decided to perfect the glue and all that, and Zemo, later goes on and be part of like their own Suicide Squad and everything later and stuff like that. But um, during this show, like, they didn't bring up any of that. They just like, hey, this is the guy from Civil War, try to put a
And
rift
they
with the
won't.
Avengers, and
Th-
I
Thank
don't. I think
goodness.
they trying to stay away from the glue, like, for real,
The
for real.
only they might do it in a cheeky way, because they might say something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, we made our fortune from selling adhesives, like that's why we're rich."
Yeah,
But other than
Yeah.
that, they not. Thank God they're not gonna bring it because the Silver Age and the Gold Age was weird
yeah,
anyway. So
yeah. So but that's my theory about them two. That he's just gonna kill her in jail, and it's probably just gonna show it later. So,
that's
um,
a great theory, actually.
yeah,
I think I'm sold on that. Actually, I'm a jump ship and jump on that.
yeah, because Zemo, like I said, it's too much of a coincidence that he just figured out, like, look, the only way I'm gonna get to this girl is in jail, and there's no other way, right? Everybody's already after me. He went to Sokovia, just sat there, like, he knew they were gonna catch up with him. If he was really hiding, he wouldn't go there, right? It's all part of his plan because that's who he is. He's a master of manipulation, right? So he's gonna probably go to that place, try to pay people off in there. It's like, hey, throw her in my cell, or hey, put her in the cell next to me with some poison glue, you know. and
Right
then,
now, you're talking about glue.
with some poison glue, and let me kill her.
He gonna pop up on her like Mr. Freeze did Poison Ivy at the
Yep,
end.
yep,
Batman
exactly,
and Robin.
exactly, with his horrible catchphrases.
He's like, you got yourself in a sticky situation.
I'm really about to stick it to
oh,
you.
oh, man,
Yeah. So
I'm
yeah,
a
but
down that hill.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah. I guess those are predictions for next week. Oh, as far as outside of Zemo, like I agree with you, Aaron. Falcon's gonna take on the mantle of Captain America, or you know,
Finally,
yeah, and or at least represent the Shield the way he wants to. And Bucky's gonna come back. I think he's probably gonna make amends with the Asian dude before he goes back off into battle, or after the battle. Um, like I said, Walker's probably gonna show up, try to fight everybody. He's ended up probably gonna get knocked out, or ended up just getting away somehow, um, or he's really gonna get in the way at at the end of the day. But yeah, and then we'll probably wrap up the stuff with him before they probably do um introduce the Thunderbolts, you know, or somehow their own Suicide Squad. So
Yeah,
oh,
I
go ahead.
would say, yeah, I would say with Valentina, I'm even saying it might not even be Thunderbolts. It might be Squadron Supreme
Yeah,
because
Squadron Supreme. Yeah.
Zemo's, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because Zemo was on that team.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
would love to see Walker and Zemo being forced to work with each
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be pretty interesting. If that was its own show, I would love it. You know what I mean? Keep it in the shows. You don't have to make a movie. Just keep it make another show of it. So that would be great. And then add all the other characters too. You know. So yeah. I guess that's the end of that. We can go to the news and other theories and stuff. Before we get into crazy news, let me get into this theory real quick. And this is just I guess this is just fan service for me. So Morpheus is coming out with his own movie, right? But it's not in the MCU, correct? It's still with Sony.
Rongo, Sony made a deal in order for them to keep Spider-Man. Their movies have to be tied into the MCU.
Right. So, so Morpheus is coming out with his own movie. Venom is going to have something to do with Spider-Man, right? He's supposed to be Spider-Man. There was a theory that Spider-Man is supposed to be helping Venom with Carnage, you know, whatever. My just me trying to tie those universes together. My theory is that they're probably going to tap in to Spider-Man or Mutant Spider being Mutant Spider with them introducing Morpheus. Because remember in Spider-Man the animated series, that's how he got the mutant gene to actually become a spider, right? Where he actually grew the stuff out of his back, like how he is with Iron Spider, right? But he actually grew into the mutant spider or actual spider. I'm thinking that could be a plot for one of the movies in the future with Morpheus.
The Junior Combinator. Since we're on Spider-Man news,
Mm-hmm.
they interviewed Alfred Molina. He
Mm-hmm.
said, "Yeah, I am playing Doc Ock, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Doc Ock right after Spider-Man 2, and they're using the aging technology."
Mm.
I'm like, "Oh boy, that means you're gonna get old school Toby. They're gonna be using the de-aging techniques." That's my theory.
Oh
They're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get.
yeah. They're probably
Hmm
just gonna bring them into the universe. I mean, like I said,
Interesting.
they're gonna bring them into the universe and probably do a Spider Verse type deal. Not anything super big, but yeah, they're basically going towards the Sinister Six without Kingpin. So
And and the ramifications of from No Way Home will directly impact Doctor Strange to the point that John Watts is working with Sam Raimi because
mm,
Raimi is doing Doctor Strange too. So
mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
thinking
I can
Sam Raimi
see
might be
that.
getting his. I'm thinking that Raimi's going to get his Spider-Man 3, what he actually wanted to do partially through
Yeah,
No
right,
Way Home.
right. Okay. Yeah, that also brings me back to if we're gonna continue with that, the theory of Daredevil being in Spider Man. They did see him on set or whatever, and but he was never in costume. So I think that he's going to represent Spider Man in court because he's trying to clear his name of why he quote unquote murdered Mysterio.
Yep. And I'm thinking too, since I hate when they do these interviews, since Melina said they're using the aging technology,
Yeah,
that'd be like a perfect way for Tobey Maguire's version of
yeah,
Spider-Man to go out.
mm-hmm,
He takes the rap for it, leaving that Peter free to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's all gonna be pretty interesting. They have so many ways that they can go with it, but I just hate that. Sometimes I hate that all these interviews are happening. You know what I mean? Because it's like it kind of kills the surprises. You know, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
but I can see Disney now. Disney just probably just want to grab a hold of the Sony division. Like, look, I understand this is your movie, but can you tell your actors to please keep quiet?
mm-hmm,
Do what
mm-hmm,
we do to Tom Holland.
mm-hmm,
Stick a sock in him or something.
mm-hmm. I mean, they went to great lengths to try to hide everything that was going on with Tobey Maguire and everything. They even told him to say, "No, they ain't gonna be in the movie." So yeah.
But as long as Jamie Foxx gets redemption for Electra.
Yeah, yeah. Um, you got any other theories? Martez, about Spider-Man?
Not less theories and more just hopes. Like, with all the cameo announcements and this and all this references and stuff, I just hope that the movie and the character, especially Tom's portrayal of it, don't get swallowed up by all of that stuff. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
got all these giants showing up and stuff, and Tom has been doing a great job as Spider-Man. You know, for the past half a decade.
Right.
So I want to make sure he getting his flowers too.
Right.
Um, I'm not even going to talk controversial about the other portrayals of Spider-Man because so many people love Tobey Maguire, so
Mm-hmm.
many people love Andrew Garfield, including me because I dig Andrew
Yeah.
Garfield,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And I appreciate Tobey bringing the character to life in the first place because Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. And but I don't want them to eat up so much that Tom don't get his chance to shine. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like these cameos should be just that. A lot of people theorizing that they're gonna have this part to play and stuff, or they're gonna do a lot of stuff that's showing up. And I don't think, and I also don't hope that that's the case. I think they're gonna be there briefly. Hey, I'm Spider-Man too. Blah blah blah. This happened. Okay, and then that's it. And
Right.
that's what it should be
Right.
because
Yeah, it could
you
be a
know
situation where he's just pulling him from the universe. They're like in the middle of a fight, like they're in the middle of the fight in their prime. He's like, look, I want all these guys in their prime, so let me go pull them out now. Then Tommy Maguire is like peels off his mask, like, what happened? Where did he go? Right. That's
yeah,
pretty much it. You know what I mean?
just like that.
Yeah. So
And I think Andrew Garfield, his version will finally get closure because I remember Kevin Feige was actually the producer for the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and he actually did like him. And it was shitty what Sony did with writing with the second one. So yeah, I would like to see him get closure.
let's just hope. Let's just hope. I know that they have perfected their technology, but why didn't they use that same technology? And I know I'm flipping scripts here in the fucking Mandalorian with Luke Skywalker. That shit was horrible.
Oh,
That's a good question, and I
uh,
don't have no answer for it because they got the money.
Like
Uh,
that CGI was horrible. That face
It
that
it was pretty bad.
this is free promotion, but there's this group on YouTube called the Corridor Crew who
Corridor Crew redid it. My
oh
guys.
for
they did.
free.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they said, and they called out Disney saying, "See, look what we did.
Right.
Yeah,
What, how, and why? And we don't have the budget that you
yeah.
do."
Corridor Crew, they top tier. And like you said, shout out to Corridor Crew. They did the same thing with The Rock too. They
Mhm.
fixed him from the Mummy.
Oh,
Thank God.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just proof positive that they also did your boy Lip.
Mustache. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they fixed that too. It's just proof positive that it's not always about money. Sometimes it's about time and effort.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
And yeah, I hope that they put the time and effort into making making Toby and them look a little younger because Toby he he looked like an old man playing a teenager in the movie. So it's gonna be hard enough to make
Right.
him look like a young man again
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Well, Sony's cheap anyway, and Corridor Crew, they don't cost much, so maybe they went to them for
Hopefully.
this.
Hopefully. I mean, go to
That'd be
fucking
dope.
what Video Copilot? That dude, like, he works on
Andrew
plenty of
Kramer.
movies. Andrew Kramer,
Yeah.
right? Like, come on, man.
Industry giant.
Right.
He
So
he worked on them Star Trek movies.
yeah, yeah, did an
So
amazing job. Um.
Mhm.
Okay. So any news this week?
Let's see. Resident Evil 8
Yeah.
demo comes out
Mm.
first. You get 1 hour getting to play in the village and inside the castle.
Okay.
They
Okay.
did showed some pretty cool stuff. They bringing back mercenaries as a first person shooter action mode.
Mm-hmm. All right.
that's
Yeah.
lit. When
That's
the
pretty lit too.
when is the demo scheduled to drop?
May 1st, I believe. Available on PS4 and PS5.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
And you only get exactly 1 hour after that. Kaput.
Okay.
So okay,
Is
it's
that
time.
you said just on is you're only getting a demo for those two? Because it looks like they said it's on everything.
Oh, did they announce that they're doing Series X and S
Yep.
also? A
And
demo for that?
Steam.
Oh,
Yeah. And I got it right here. It's May 1st. Oh no, yeah. May 1st, 5 p.m., May 2nd at 5 p.m. And I see all the logos. PS5, PS4, Xbox. Series S, X1, Steam, and Stadia. I don't even know why they're still doing it with Stadia, but yeah, it's. I guess it costs nothing to do it because nobody plays it. But yeah,
Well,
Contracts be
Cyberpunk.
contracts.
Well, Cyberpunk proved that Stadia can run it without glitches.
oh yeah, because Stadia is not a console; it's a streaming console. So it's like they're playing it off PCs anyway. So yeah, but anyway, that's not that's not even a good stress test. Yeah, I got this little box, but yeah, it could play on. No, you're streaming the game. Shut the fuck up. But okay, anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat dropped April 23rd.
Yep. I
Looking
can't
forward
wait
to
for
that.
that, bro. That looks amazing. That movie does, and
Yeah.
really hope. I mean, I don't even care about the series. I just want the CGI to be great. I want the dialogue to be great. They already casted the characters pretty well, so only thing is
Watch.
that what's her name? Sonya doesn't look as mean as she should, but it is what it is.
I mean,
I'm
So
you
quite
get to
sure they'll
watch.
get a sequel.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
get to watch Jimmy Olsen lose his arms.
right. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting too. So, well, yeah, and then we got in May we have Loki coming out, right? And then we got Black Widow coming
I'm
out.
sick that we gotta wait till May for Loki.
Do you think that we're gonna get a trailer or something
For
in May for what Spider Man? Because Spider Man has come out in the year, right?
Yeah, it comes out at Christmas. I don't think we're getting the trailer till at least July or August because they're just now hitting post production. So
Right. So yeah, so I guess we're waiting on that.
yeah,
Suicide Squad comes out in May too, right? Or that is that later?
August,
August.
August.
What else
Mhm.
is coming out in May? Is it no Fast and Furious 9, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. Is it May or June? I know they said China is getting it a month early. They just announced that yesterday,
Oh, okay. Let's
which
see.
means they ain't gonna make no money because everybody over here is gonna bootleg it and it's gonna be out in 4 months. So.
It's just called F. Oh, the Fast Saga F9. That's what it's called.
It's
Yeah,
F9.
yeah.
We got
Uh,
one more left
wow,
here.
that movie's 3 hours long. It's gonna be 3 hours and 8 minutes, and it's
Yep.
coming out June 25th.
Did you see the latest trailer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It needs to stop, bro.
You think? You think?
Hey,
Yeah.
what more can
This
you do? They're going to
this
the space,
franchise
man.
needs to stop, bro.
Aren't they booked all the way to Final Fantasy? Not Final Fantasy. What the fuck am I doing? Fast and
That's how
Furious
it feels.
17.
That's how I feel for real.
They got one more movie left. They said they're ending it with 10.
Oh, the
So
anyway,
good.
10. Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, I'm expecting them coming back down to Earth and being the drivers for the Transformers or some shit at this point.
They gonna drive the Transformers. That's right. They
That's
gonna
what I
drive
said.
an Optimus.
It's a superhero movie now. It's not even a racing movie. It's a superhero movie. It's like Transformers without the car. I mean, without the transforming. It's just the
It is such
cars.
an experience, bro. If you ever get a chance, watch the last Fast and Furious movie
Hmm.
immediately after watching the first one,
Yeah,
But,
no, it's totally different.
and
but
you
you
like,
but you have to admit too that he has impeccable timing because in that trailer when he speared John Cena's character out of nowhere, it's
Hmm.
like apparently being an auto mechanic makes you a math genius with timing and jumping in the air,
Yeah, I don't
sparing people
understand it.
through high-story buildings.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand where they get their superpowers from.
he showed his math
The
expertise
wife
several
because
times
his
at
wife
this point.
beater was still white after all that mess, all the dirt and stuff. It was still white.
Super shirt. He got that from Wanda's Hex. That's why
Yeah.
that shirt stay like that. He was there.
oh,
You
you,
didn't know?
oh, you're right, Jacob. The power is family. It's all about
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
family.
family, right? Yep. Yeah. They get
Our
their
family.
powers from family. Yep. The longer they're together, the stronger they get. Yeah. And then
and you do no wrong.
and then they also can bring people back from the dead. So
Twice.
twice. So
and be able to age
Death don't matter.
yeah.
And
he
that
has super
to
skills.
me, Death don't matter in Fast no more, and that's a problem. Like
Yeah,
the lady thing, I was like, it's a stretch, but okay. At least they took her memory, for like a whole movie and Blase Splee. But Han, we watched Han die. Come on now, knock it off.
they have a plot hole. They have another plot hole in that movie. Remember, I think it was the end of Fast Seven. They had The Rock and what's her name? The girl, the Latino chick. She came back.
Yeah,
The cop. What's her name?
yeah, Thor's
Remember-
wife.
Eva Mendes. Eva Mendes.
Yeah,
Oh, you talking about Eva Mendes? I thought you was talking about Thor's wife.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no, yeah, Eva
Eva
Mendes
Eva
popped up.
Mendes popped up. Where the hell is she?
she probably
She
read the script and said, "I'm out."
she she didn't matter. She didn't matter in the movie she was in, so she don't matter no more.
She was in Fast Furious 2, right? Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, Too
Yeah,
Fast, Too Furious,
yeah, yeah,
and she had a little flirty thing with Brian, but we know that's a wrap,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So she don't matter. That's why she hasn't popped up,
Oh yeah, and
you know.
then the Rock and Vin Diesel broke up. So that wasn't gonna happen. I guess they just ixnayed all of that.
So
So
we got the first promotional image for Powerpuff because that's the name of the show
oh okay. Oh
now.
yeah, yeah, because they took out girls because they're not girls
Bring
anymore. We're grown men.
bring that
Grown
up.
women. Oh
Bring that
well.
up on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, they showed that picture of them in their outfits and like, no, no, that's a flashback scene we're filming. Here's the actual promotional image.
So is that the one where they're all like taking a pose?
Yeah, wearing like business suits or pantsuit or whatever.
Charging battery.
Here it goes. It's on the screen.
So how y'all feel?
I think. Do you think they're going to? Okay, it's a CW, and if you guys are fans of the CW, you know what's been happening lately because they've been trying to get more inclusive, right? And with everybody, with trans, the LGBTQ community and stuff like that, they're really big on that. Do you think they're going to make Buttercup lesbian?
Nope.
You don't think
I
so?
think they're gonna make Blossom lesbian
Wow.
No, I'm gonna go
because
with Bubbles.
because
You gonna
that
go
would
with
be
Bubbles?
or Bubbles. One of those two because Buttercup would be too obvious. And though
Mm,
CW is not exactly subtle, I do think that they're smart enough to not be that obvious,
mm-hmm.
especially after they did that with Charmed and shoehorned that the way that they did.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm all about inclusion, but I'm all about inclusion naturally,
yeah. Naturally, yeah, not
organically.
forced. Right? Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Back, going
Mm-hmm.
back to Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
they had inclusion in the last in Endgame
Mm-hmm.
casually and
Mm-hmm.
subtly. My man was talking about his trauma. I lost my husband, and that really hurt me. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
inclusion, but they
Yes.
didn't say gay, gay,
Yeah, yeah,
gay.
yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
no, it's just like you're a normal person.
Right.
You're a human being.
Mm-hmm.
You're gay. You like
Mm-hmm.
you're gay.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool,
good.
and that's cool.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that,
Right.
But they didn't make a huge deal out of it
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
That's like saying I'm black, black, black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm black, but I'm still just a human being.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I understand.
And I would like to see if they do it and they do it like that. That's cool with me. I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, especially considering that everybody in the cast is like beautiful.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just do it naturally. Don't
Naturally.
pander to stereotypes.
Yeah.
But, I
Yeah.
mean, that not that hard.
Yeah. This is basically going to be like a charm, though. To be honest with you, like
Don't do
it's
that.
super similar. Like
I don't
girls with
believe you.
superpowers,
I want
girls.
to have faith.
Yeah, girls with superpowers. Or sorry, not girls. They're not girls. Women with superpowers, and they have to deal how they're going to deal with the real world. And I just wonder, are they gonna have huge enemies in the city? Because you're
That's some.
because
That's something that's gonna kind of have to get explained too,
yeah,
because it's a lot of ramifications that need to be clarified. Like,
yeah,
are they gonna say like some along the lines of like it's been about 10, 15 years since anything happened to the city? We
right.
haven't seen from the Power Puffs. They've been just chilling, living their life because you got too many people who would have been growing up with them. You got the Rowdy Rough
Yes,
Boys,
yeah, yeah. And who's gonna
the
become them? Who's gonna be the Rowdy
Gangrene
Rough Boys? Right?
Gang,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
Well, no, it's actually him.
yeah.
three pretty dudes, just like this, three pretty CW dudes.
Right, right, right. Yeah. So Well, hopefully they'll figure all of that out. I'm just that was my big question. I was like,
Yeah, we
are they gonna be fighting giants in the city like they used to? You know what I
They
mean?
should be.
Yeah.
They need to fight at least one giant robot for me to be satisfied.
yeah.
At least one.
Well, but at least they dropped the synopsis. That's the usual CW fare of we've been disbanded for so long. Can we actually come back together and power through our differences to reunite?
Hmm.
Well, even Professor Utonium, played by Donald Faison, you find out that he's trying to rekindle his romance with the mayor's assistant. I keep getting her name in the show.
So here's something that'll make me mad. Okay. Here's something that'll make me mad. If the mayor's assistant, of course she got to be top tier. She got to be a dime. But if I
they
see
already
her
casted
face,
her.
they better not
They
show
already
her
casted
face. They better not show her face during the show. Because if they show her face during the show, if they
her.
show her
It's
face
Robin.
during the show,
I think her name's Robin Lively. You can pull her up.
Oh.
or they can show her face during the show, but they have to reveal it. Like it can't be something like, oh, she just pop up. Oh, I'm the mayor's assistant. No, you need to. We not see your face, and it needs to happen.
Are you good with 80s movies, Tiz? Have you seen this movie Teen Witch back from the 80s?
I just pulled
Yeah.
her up.
It's her.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's who they got playing as yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. My
Man, they
question:
better if they could do it on Home Improvement, they could do it on here. Do not show her face, bro.
if they do this successfully, hopefully at least they get 3 seasons. They need to bring Dexter's Laboratory, make him older, but also make it evil. Like what's that show called? The other show that they got. What's the show called? The one with Archer, uh, Archie. The one Archie
Oh,
based on Archie
Riverdale.
comics. Riverdale.
Riverdale.
They should make it kind of dark like that. Dexter's Laboratory. Not
I
funny.
believe Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, his laboratory. And his sister should be a ghost.
Damn, you want Dee Dee dead?
What better way to torture him consistently
Right, right.
forever and
Yes,
ever?
yes. Should be his
That's
Dee Dee
facts.
should be dead because she died because she got to his laboratory, but she's a ghost that haunts him.
That would be
Uh,
annoying. Who's annoying enough to play her?
I don't know. It's just an interesting theory for myself. If I was
That would be
directing,
funny.
that, that's exactly how I'd want it. If I was
next thing you
writing
know, next thing you know, CW runs with our idea because they randomly seen it.
it.
They would get no credit for it.
Hey, I'll pull back this episode. And, hey, I need some publishing from that. give
If
me
they
5% at least.
They get Patton Oswalt. I'm like, I want my money for that too, buddy.
Hey, they'll wrap you up so quick, bro. Don't forget what Obadiah Stane said. Just because you had an idea don't mean it belongs to you.
Right. But no, but that'd be very interesting. Then I mean, I don't know any other. I mean, Curious George, they can maybe do something with that. I don't know.
Wait,
Nope,
Not Curious George.
nope,
Sorry, no,
nope.
not Curious George. My bad. Not Curious George.
You talking about monkey?
Huh? No,
Superhero monkey?
no. The dog. What's his name? The dog. The from Cartoon Network. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That could be dope. Because what I would do is I would make that shit super scary.
Yeah.
I'm talking Supernatural season 1 scary, bro.
Mhm.
Like super duper scary. But then like toward the end of each episode, you see that it really wasn't scary at all. It was just his perception.
Mhm.
That would be dope.
Jordan Peele should write that.
I would say Johnny Bravo, but it'll probably get canceled before it even comes out.
You can't even bring up. You can't even bring him up in this day. No, Johnny Bravo is a no go. Not at all.
Yeah, that canceled him.
Yeah.
Cancel culture too strong for Johnny Bravo to exist right now.
Yeah. I mean, they probably could, as long as they put a disclaimer like, "Hey."
But at the same time, though, here's my thing about that, though, with cancel culture. Why cancel Johnny Bravo? It would be different if he behaved the way he did and was successful. But he always failed
Yeah.
because he was a tool.
Mhm.
And that was the point of the show. The point of the show is you don't behave like this because it won't work.
Or maybe it could be a come to Jesus moment, so where it's like, "Hey, all that shit used to work. Now you got to be a different guy. All that old
Gotta be a
stuff don't
different
work
dude.
no more. You got to become
That
a different
Jersey,
dude.
you gotta fix that Jersey Shore haircut,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta get a personality, my guy.
Cause maybe that's the way they make it work. You know what I mean?
It's doable,
Yeah.
but I guess we'll see how this shit goes first with the Powerpuffs. I
Right.
um I want to believe
Mm-hmm.
because I need something to believe in, and I just outside of Marvel and Disney, I want to hope for something outside of those mediums because Disney got the phone lock. So the mediums that I'm watching for them, I know I'm gonna enjoy. Mandalorian season 2, which I think they might gonna drop a trailer for on May the 4th.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of trailers, um, I know the Mandalorian's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
I know that new Clone Wars stuff they talking about doing is gonna be good. All the Marvel shows have been good so far, so I expect Loki's gonna be good.
Right.
But outside of the Disney umbrella, even though technically nothing is,
Right.
um, I want to see some success too. So I want this show, even though it maybe even isn't even necessary already just from the beginning. Okay, well, you got a lot of stuff against you already, so be good,
Right.
and then shut people mouth, shut my
Right.
mouth.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get a trailer for Mandalorian yet. They didn't start filming that yet. They're giving it time, given the whole situation, behind the scenes drama. They're finishing up with the Book of Boba Fett. 'Cause that's its own show. They did say that it's
Oh,
not
okay.
Mandalorian season 3. It's that no, we'll still get Mandalorian season 3, but we're going to get the Book of Boba Fett.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's really where they left off, and old girl took over his seat, right? Um,
Mm.
somebody took over his seat. So then, yeah, they got all the behind the scenes drama with the old girl, with the girl that
Ugh.
got fired. So
Gina Carano.
yeah. So
That
yeah,
was
Yeah.
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
We'll leave
something.
it at that.
Well, okay, I guess we'll end that episode with that. If there's anything else, anything else you guys want to share or no?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been your Saturday morning cereal. You can follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. Give us a like. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. You guys have any theories? You guys have anything you guys want to ask? Any other things want us to cover? I am Mr. Also, Jacob Martinez, and you can follow me on all the socials at Mr. Also or Jacob Martinez on Facebook. What Martez, you want to give out your stuff?
Yep. So this is your boy Tez. You can follow me at Dark Morpheus ASMR on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And enjoy.
In here.
You can follow me on Twitch at AVH313 or on, I said that backwards. Twitter, it's AVH313, and Twitch is Phoenix underscore Force 313.
All right. Okay, I think it's oh, sorry. Like I said before, we are live every Saturday morning on our Facebook channel and our YouTube. So if you guys miss anything, we do upload the episodes every Saturday to our YouTube. So if you guys miss an episode, just go there. And thank you guys for watching and see you later.